Your unapproved structure must be removed immediately. We will fine you every single day until it's gone.
We followed all procedures and we are compliant.
The padlock snapped shut like a gun cocking, and my coffee almost hit the boards when I saw it hanging off my lake dock at 6:12 a.m., cold air slicing my cheeks and the water slapping the posts like it was laughing at me. A red HOA notice was zip-tied to the chain. Final warning. Do not trespass. Under it, the streetlight buzzed and bugs bounced around it, and the whole place smelled like wet wood and fresh asphalt from last night's patch job. I stood there in my slippers, staring at my own dock like it belonged to someone else. Then my neighbor, Mr. Dorsey, opened his window a crack and whispered like we were in a spy movie, "Don't touch it. She's watching." I didn't even have to ask who she meant. Brenda. HOA President. The queen of clipboards and fake smiles. This whole mess started because HOA padlocked my lake dock because I missed $15 in dues. Then I pulled the escrow file, and yes, that title is as ridiculous as it sounds. $15. Not $1,500. 15. I paid my dues every month, on time, like rent for the privilege of being judged. But Brenda claimed I missed a late fee adjustment from April and now I was not in good standing. I checked my app. Paid. I checked my bank. Paid. I even checked the email from the HOA portal that said thank you for your payment. Brenda didn't care. She liked the padlock because it was loud and public. It turned my quiet morning fishing spot into a billboard that screamed deadbeat. And the best part? The dock wasn't even on HOA land the way she liked to say it. It was attached to my lot and covered by an easement the builder filed years ago. By 9:00 a.m., I was in the clubhouse office with the carpet that smelled like lemon cleaner and old secrets. Brenda sat behind the desk like she owned the air. 2 board members were there too, staring at the wall like it was safer than looking at me. I kept my voice calm. I showed my payment receipt on my phone. Brenda didn't even lean in. She tapped her nails and said, "Rules are rules. You can't use amenities until your balance is 0. I said, "It's a dock on my property." She smiled wider. "Not according to the HOA map." I asked to see the map. She said, "That's internal." I asked to appeal. She slid a form over like she was doing me a favor. The board meets in 30 days. 30 days. In May. When the lake is the only thing that keeps my head above water after work. Outside, a couple neighbors walked by, saw me through the glass, and sped up like I had a contagious disease. I drove home shaking, then sat at my kitchen table and stared at that stupid appeal form until my hands stopped trembling. I wasn't going to cut the lock or do anything dumb. I wanted this clean. Paper clean. I wanted her to lose by her own rules. So I started building a case like my life depended on it, because out here, it kind of does. I lined up photos, emails, and call logs in a binder. I printed my bank statements, the HOA portal confirmations, and every notice Brenda ever taped to my door like she was decorating for a parade. Then I remembered something my realtor said at closing: "Your dues are paid through escrow for the first quarter, don't worry." That sentence hit me like a light switch. If escrow paid, and I paid, then where did that missing money go? I opened my laptop, pulled up the county site, and filed a public records request like I was ordering takeout. 3 days later, on May 3, 2024, a thick envelope landed on my porch at 2:18 p.m., and my stomach flipped before I even touched it. The file landed with 63 pages, and the first page had my address in bold like a spotlight. Inside were the HOA's financial notes tied to my lot, including a line that made my ears ring: escrow disbursement received. Cleared. Amount matched. Date stamped. Which meant Brenda's story was not just wrong. It was impossible. I sat there and wrote it out in plain words so I couldn't be gaslit again. Timeline item 1 April 5 at 4:27 a.m. false trespass call. Because yes, I found that too. A police log entry from the same week Brenda started calling me delinquent, showing someone reported me trespassing on HOA property at my own dock before sunrise. Patterns of false reports can be prosecuted. I didn't say that to sound tough. I said it because it's true, and I had it in black and white. The next board meeting was May 10, 2024, and the clubhouse was packed like a school play where everyone came for the drama, not the kids. Brenda walked in wearing a blazer like she was on TV. I brought my binder and the 63 pages and set them on the table with a soft thud that made a few people jump. Brenda tried to smile it off. "We'll keep this brief." I stood up and kept my voice steady. "I'm here because you padlocked my dock over $15 you claim I owe." I held up the escrow page. "Here's proof the HOA already received the payment." Then I held up my bank statement. "And here's proof I paid too. So either you can't read, or someone is double collecting." The room went dead quiet, the kind of quiet that makes you hear the AC click. Someone in the back started filming. Another person whispered, "Oh my God." Brenda's face went shiny, like her skin forgot how to pretend. She tried to cut in, but I kept going. I also have a police log from April 5 at 4:27 a.m. Someone called me a trespasser at my own dock. I looked right at her. That kind of pattern gets people in trouble. You could feel the power shift like a gust of wind through an open door. Neighbors started murmuring, laughing in that shocked way people laugh when they finally realize they weren't crazy. One guy muttered, "She did this to me over a trash can." A woman said, "I have 6 notices on my fridge." Someone else said, "I filed 3 complaints and nothing happened." I watched phones tilt up, little glowing rectangles pointed at Brenda like she was a bug under a glass. The treasurer, who never spoke, cleared his throat and said, "We can verify the escrow record." Brenda snapped, "This is not the time." But it was the time. I had already emailed the packet to the board and copied the property manager. And because I like doing things the right way, I also sent it to the county ombudsman who handles HOA disputes. 2 days later, an investigator called me and said, "We're looking into financial irregularities and documented harassment." Then a sheriff's deputy showed up at the clubhouse with a calm face and a folder, and Brenda suddenly had no words at all. By May 18, 2024, the padlock was gone. Not cut. Removed. Quietly. Like it never happened. The HOA sent an email that said there was an administrative error, and my balance was corrected to 0. No apology, of course. Brenda resigned for personal reasons, which is fancy talk for got caught with her hand in the cookie jar. The property manager told me the board was voting to refund wrongly charged fees, and suddenly everyone was brave enough to speak up. Mr. Dorsey brought me a toolbox and said, "Sorry I didn't say anything sooner." I told him I get it. Fear is loud in neighborhoods like this. A week later, a few of us met at the dock at sunset, and the lake looked like melted gold. We talked about starting a real community group, not a bullying club. I cast my line, felt the pull of the water, and for the first time in weeks, my chest didn't feel tight. Please follow for more HOA showdowns like this. Do you think she got what she deserves? Comment below.